Hey y'all, hope everything's been going good. And I just came out to the garden to come check on the beets and the carrots because I haven't really seen them doing much. And I was just talking to my wife about it this morning, and she thinks that the birds are eating them as they're coming up, and that may be the issue here. Because I had just did a brief walk through and didn't see anything, and there's maybe one or two golden beet sprouts that are up, but I don't think they're gonna last very long, and none of the carrots are coming up. And what I'll do is I'll show y'all a brief overview of the rows, and that there's nothing doing. So I think that we're gonna have to start over again with planting and maybe taking a different route, maybe covering it with a netting of some sort, because that's basically the only other option. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the camera around and show y'all. All right. So this is the first row of the golden beets, and where there was ones before right here, they're not anymore. And I was going down and going down, still nothing. And then I saw this sprout right here, but I think it's broken from a bird trying to get it. And so that's pretty much it for the golden beets. There was nothing. Same with the early wander and the carrots. Because by now it's been over 3 weeks. Let me zoom out a little bit. It's been over 3 weeks, and so they should be doing something, but they're not. So we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and plan again. But it won't be beets because it's getting warmer and it's a little bit later in the season. It's almost time for corn and some other crops. So we'll have to figure out what it'll be. And then also too, I wanted to take y'all over to what we do have growing, some onions and garlic. So when I get over there, I'll talk a little bit about that. All right. So here I am over at the onion and the garlic patch. And we started these a while ago. I want to say back in December. And we have 3 full rows of onions, and 5 elephant garlic cloves that we planted. As you can tell, we really haven't kept up the patch from weeds, so that's what I plan to do on today, is hoeing a little bit and getting rid of all that, and then I'll come back and show you all what it looks like afterwards. But right now you can see that the weeds are taking over, and those are the 3 rows of onions. They're yellow, red, and white. I believe it's a variety. And then you have the 5 garlic. You got the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so what I'll do is I'll take care of the weeds, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, y'all, so after about an hour and 45 minutes of picking weeds and kind of redoing the rows, this is what it looks like. And I watered it, so it'll be nice and to show y'all. So this is what the onion patch and the few garlic cloves looks like after being weeded. And I'll walk a little bit down here. And so if you can remember what it looked like before, it looks 10 times better. Got a makeover. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the camera around and talk to y'all a little bit, and we'll go from there. All right. So I hope y'all like this one. And the reason why I made it was because I needed to get out and do something. Past couple weeks has been rough. And like many of us, I don't like to talk about my feelings or emotions, especially combat veterans. If you know somebody who's gone through some sort of trauma in Afghanistan, Iraq, Vietnam, Desert Storm, anything like that, it's hard to open up to somebody. But, you know, it's been 12 years almost that it's happened, you know, my injuries. And it's taken time, but it does get easier over time. And I've been struggling, and I didn't want to do anything today. I laid in bed for an hour before I got up, and I just did not want to get out. And I had a video appointment earlier, and I could have easily just stayed inside and done nothing because I didn't feel like it. But the fact of the matter is it's not good for me or anybody for their mental health. And I encourage you to encourage others that you see having trouble. And also, you know, speaking of seeing, I have a Facebook page that I created for combat veterans, and it is called The Unseen. And it is basically a group for combat veterans to get together and share what's on their mind and talk to each other and talk about things that they've gone through, things they're struggling with. The incident may not be the same, but the injuries and the outcome are similar. So if you know anybody that has a Facebook and is a combat veteran and is struggling with PTSD or TBI or anxiety, that are combat veterans that from Afghanistan or Iraq or even Vietnam, you know, all those relevant, send them to my page, The Unseen. It has a combat infantry badge as the profile or as the picture. If they can't get in, have them send a message to me, my page, Tony Casada, or on that page, and we'll go from there, because I want them to be able to feel seen and heard. That was the whole reason. And you know, let's get it out there that they're not in quote unquote invisible, and that way we can work together on how to find things that help. And that was today. Gardening helped me. I knew once I got out here and started doing this that I would feel better. And I did, for that hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours. So even just doing that, something little. Doesn't have to be big and extravagant like going skydiving. So any comments, concerns, have any recommendations, like I said, please tell those that you know about my Facebook page, The Unseen. I'd appreciate it. That way we can, connect other veterans, and so they can have somewhere to go and talk. Well, and thank you for listening and watching. Until next time, God bless.